Yeah, what? You're watching and you're listening to the Week in Review, dopest in news and dropping the jewels. Sit back, relax, and press play on the tube and catch up in the feud, cause this brother is smooth. Your weekly wrap up on celebs and stars, on chicks and world star and they panties and bras. From the Wadden Bazaar to a Cuban cigar, geeks at Comic Cons to the tech in your car, we got it all. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Killer content and the beats he provide. VALA dope by design.
Woo! Yeah, what's up, y'all? This is What Had Happened Was. I'm your boy NERDSoul.
What's up? It's KAIZER.
Yo, we've had a pretty good run this month. Some cool stuff going on. We're gonna get into, of course, some topics have been breaking down this week, and we haven't seen y'all since last month. So, of course, happy Thanksgiving, happy Indigenous Day, happy get a couple days off, chill with your family, and eat food day to all y'all.
Yes, sir.
But we got a couple topics to get into. Now, if you've been following the channel, I've been covering House of X, Powers of X, Dawn of X.
Mad X's.
And most people have been pretty happy about it. You know, people seem, there's a couple of books that I like, some that I don't, but there's been a general positivity around this. But your boy Rob L, man.
Rob L ain't happy.
No, sir.
Nah. He ain't having it right now.
So, Rob Liefeld goes onto Twitter and he's like, yo, if you like the new House of X, you don't know nothing about Chris Claremont because there was action. There's things going on. People just sitting around talking and, there's not enough action going on. Out of his mouth, he's like, burn Claremont top of all time. Nobody's saying that they're not. They're just saying that they're enjoying what's going on now.
Yeah.
By John Hickman. Like, what's wrong with you? It's weird because he comes off like a random fan in this video that's on Twitter, but you're like, oh, this is Rob Liefeld, like the dude that was a superstar in the 90s and like created Cable and Deadpool, and did he create Domino too? I can't remember.
I think Domino might have been a part of that.
But he's created multiple characters and he's seen a pretty good amount of success and fame. And dude is online ranting like some random kid, in the attic, talking about Chris Claremont and John Byrne, which normally I'd be like, whatever. This is kind of throwaway.
Right.
But recently I checked out the Chris Claremont documentary. And in the documentary, he talks about the time when he was coming on the X-Men.
Right.
And at that time, Chris Claremont was kind of like old. He alluded to him being older and it was time for the new crop to come. So if he was so old at the time and it was time for the new crop, but now you all on his nuts talking about they was at the top of the game. Like, which one? You can't have it both ways. Talking about, he's like, oh, they were way better. There's action. There's things happening. It's like, well, yeah, there was even back then when you took over the job. But back then you talking about some, you know what I'm saying? They needed some fresh blood on it.
Is Rob still like?
Anyone trying to hear this?
Is Rob still working? Like, is he still like in the business?
Yeah,
like, besides,
I'm sure Rob is working on something. He's probably working on something that I don't read. But
yeah, I know for sure. Like Jim Lee, like he's still out and about, like doing his thing, and he's not like worried about like what everybody else is doing or whatever. He's like still Jim Lee doing his own thing, like drawing and whatnot. So I don't know. I don't know if he was just like bored one day and just mad. Like, it kind of comes off like a Scorsese quote. Like he just he just mad. He was sitting around and he was like, I need something to be mad at one day.
Like, it's weird because he almost has this vibe of like I could do this better.
I mean, if you could, just
and it's
you Rob
like, dude, you had your shot at the 90s. And as someone who read X-Men through the 90s, and not saying that I've read every comic, I flowed in and out, but the 90s were a roller coaster. There were highs and there were definitely lows. Marvel flooded the market with a whole ton of books. Not all of them were good, and that's what led to a certain degree, some of their demise. Like, there was some trash out there for X-Men, whether it was from, and this is after Claremont, which means when, your boy Liefeld, Rob L. was coming through.
Rob L. You know the name.
It's just funny because this is the dude that couldn't draw feet. It was giving us like 4-foot chest on 4-foot chest on Captain America.
Had dudes
like
doing push-ups since they was like 2.
Like it's weird to see him talking about action when he was the king of giving you mad action, but like no substance. Like, yo, Rob Liefeld is like the Michael Bay of comics, B.
There's substance in Michael Bay movies. Like, he gives you exactly what you need in a Michael Bay movie. Don't do that to Michael Bay. He's like, look, man, here's the premise. They're going to shoot some people. All right, explosions.
Yo, they're going to shoot some people. Yo, remember when he used to draw people with mad patches? Like, hey, come on, man. He had mad military patches on everybody. Like, it was, like, Rob, look, the whole premise of House of X, of Powers of X, and like the geopolitical response from the world, the nation, the other nations' governments and stuff is way more intriguing than the stuff that you that you wrote for, I believe, New Mutants and X Factor or X Force. I can't remember. I think it was New Mutants and X Force. I don't know if he ever did anything on the main X book. I can't remember. But, dude, I don't even know why he's so mad. Why are you hating on somebody getting money? John Hickman has proven himself as a writer. And if you're talking about the main X book, which is John Hickman's writing, dude is ahead of you. The art on there is ahead of you. Like, bro.
Yeah, the art is definitely on point. Like the design, not just the art. The design of like the characters, like the new revamps and everything is on point.
Thank you. Like, man, like get out of here with this mess. Like, and I'm not even going to try to mess up his first name, but Francis Yu, that's the artist's last name. Francis Yu, he's killing them. His first name is like Lionel, I guess, but Francis Yu, big shout out to him. Yo, the art is sick. He's making Cable look cool. He's making Rachel look cool. Cyclops looks mad cool. They're going over. They got they're on the planet fighting summoners, and homie makes Apocalypse look incredible. Yeah. So like, man, and Apocalypse doesn't have a chest that doesn't match his head or shoulder size. Like, man, every day is need to hold this L. Every day is chest day.
I'm pushing everything on my chest. Get off me.
It's weird because this video comes from nowhere. It like came from nowhere. I don't know who started him, who got him hyped, but it just comes from nowhere.
Maybe somebody mentioned something to him, or just like it's like that right comment. It's that one comment that was in the right place at the right time that just caught him off guard. He was like, you know what? Let me sit down in front of some comics, start throwing around some covers, being mad.
So, we're gonna put Rob to bed. He needs to sleep. He's a little too woke for X-Men.
I know.
But someone who has been leaving things under the bed, at least as we know right now, is your man John Boyega. You know him best as Finn from the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
Apparently, okay. The story
I don't think it's an apparently. At this point, I don't think it's an apparently. But continue.
The story is that apparently he left a script from Star Wars, the script that we about to watch in next month. He left it under his bed, and when he moved, his cleaners saw it, and they put it on eBay for like 85 pounds. And the script leaked, and the script got out there, and everybody know the ending of the movie. And
I don't think it got that far.
You know, Daisy said it won't her. You know, Oscar Isaac said it won't him. And then John Boyega was like, "Hey guys, it was me."
It might be me. Look, man, it's not his fault, man. His homies came over one night. He was like, "I'm gonna get it in the morning." He forgot it, but Disney bought it back for 85 pounds. They got it back before it was like out to the masses, because apparently whoever decided to put it on eBay didn't know like what exactly it was, and I'm sure it had like its like production name or whatever on it. But it was obviously John Boyega's script, because it had his name watermarked all over that joint, like on every single page. Like, I think this script is for John Boyega.
I'm gonna go on out here. I'm gonna go on a limb. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. I know how J.J. Abrams has lied to us too much and kept too many secrets from. I don't believe this. Not even for a second.
What?
I think this is a ruse. I think this is to get some hype, some people talking about the script and
the
what
Star
might be
Wars need hype.
Get some more Star Warsian hype.
Oh, so you think the script that was quote unquote found was a plant?
Man, that was a plant. Like, man, I don't trust. Yo,
you saying it was a plant like a firm?
Abrams is the most untrustable person, son.
Yeah, that's why he's the illest
Remember
director.
when he was like,
dude, he's consistently on a Mission Impossible like mission. Like every movie he does. He's a habitual line stepper when it comes to lying about scripts and plots. J.J. Abrams is the real life Ethan Hawke. I mean, not Ethan Hawke. Ethan
when it
Hunt.
comes to, he is the Ethan Hawke of directors. Ethan Hunt. Sorry.
Yeah. He's a real life Ethan Hunt, son. You thought Tom Cruise was doing it. Nah, it's J.J. Abrams.
And like John Boyega's pushing it hard. He's like, it was me. I'm the one who lost it.
I mean, he's a good actor.
I will say.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, I will. I will say, big shout out to Michael Strahan, holding it down on GMA, doing his thing. It's good to see two brothers, on GMA. I mean, I don't watch GMA, but it's still nice to see two brothers on GMA.
Oh, Keke Palmer's on that joint too now.
Down.
At least I think she is.
Black Power.
Isn't Keke Palmer on that? I don't know. I know she's on one morning show with Michael Strahan on the same channel.
Yeah, and
I don't know if it's that show, but she's on there too. So shout out to Keke Palmer for doing her thing.
But with that said, speaking about Black Power, we do have another black actor or actress on Star Wars. And I would be remiss if I did not quote my wife, Lady Lisa, in saying, "Hold on, what was it? They got natural products in the galaxy far, far away?"
I mean, what, they can't have essential like oils and whatnot out in the galaxy far, far away? They probably even got better stuff.
Yeah, they probably got better stuff. They got essential oils and all kinds of stuff. So they they still got shea butter in space. Man,
they probably got the shea
butter
butters.
Just don't come from the Earth. This shea butter probably on like in another galaxy. It's probably not called shea butter. It's probably called like, I don't know, alien butter. I don't know, but it's it's there to
call it butter.
But anyway, the point is, they got things out there for sisters to get there. If sisters are in the galaxy far, far away, they're going to make sure that they keep their natural hair tight so they can look good when they're on a mission and fighting against the First Order.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You can't just go out fighting against the First Order looking like going out there in rollers.
You got to look great during the rebellion, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be out there fighting for the people and not looking great.
Yeah, you can't go out fighting for the people and you got that little baby ponytail. You know how some girls, they ain't got enough for a full ponytail, but they got that little like circle of hair that they pull all their hair back into. She ain't do that. She cultivated her natural hair. She nourished it by giving it the nutrients it needed. washing it properly, caring for it properly, brushing and combing it to perfection, because you never know when the day will win. Say if you win the war today, and they come to take pictures of the winners, you don't want to look like you was just running to Walmart, all right? I'm just saying, you don't want to look like that. You want to look fresh. I mean, of course, you'll have like dirt and stuff from like a battle, but you want your hair to still come luxurious.
So everything else is dirty, but her hair is like flawless.
It's like, man, your hair is good.
Good.
Now, I did want to go on to a interesting tweet that has since been deleted.
Ooh.
From Josh Trank.
Go on.
Josh Trank. If you don't know, Josh Trank is a young man who is a director, and he's probably most well known for doing, what's the film? I can't think of the film with not Fantastic Four. That's probably his most famous failure. But the good movie that he did was it'll come to me later. I'll pick that up later. But on Twitter, he said that he was watching he was watching The Irishman.
All right.
And in the first 15 minutes, he said his quote is, "Watching The Irishman, the first 5 minutes have more humanity and truth and cinematic intrigue than the running length of every single Marvel movie combined. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Facts. P.S. Not sorry." Now, you know how, all right, you remember when you was like little,
yeah,
and you was in trouble, and like it was two people in trouble. Like say you and I were chilling, and we was like 8, 9 years old, right? And we was at your mom's house, and you got in trouble last week, and I just got in trouble like 2 seconds ago. But you know, you would stay quiet because you knew, like, yo, I just got in trouble. The block is still hot for me.
Right.
I'ma chill.
Right.
Like, he's the main person that should be like, dude, didn't you just make a whack movie? Isn't your absolute last movie? It's not like Fantastic Four was whack and then he made like 3
not
like
even
Oscar
that.
joints.
It's not like, his record isn't that long either. And he's got a large gap in between projects. I'm looking at his IMDb right now. I feel like that was all to get some eyes on him. It's like, I'm gonna follow up with another comment, so everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, talk about me," so I could be relevant right now.
Because his other comment was like, "I'm sorry, guys, I will die for cinema." Really, you gonna die for cinema? I think you already did when you dropped Fantastic Four. But he said, "I'm sorry, guys, I will die for cinema."
The only I'm looking at his list of stuff now, and the only thing I like that in his list that I even know of is Chronicle. Yeah, Chronicle. And like the only other project that I know of that I haven't seen because it looked bad in the trailer was Fantastic Four. So yeah. And I went to see Fantastic Four, and I want my money back. So before you die for cinema, can you give me my $15 back? That's all I'm saying. And he goes on to state, "You want hugs and affirmations, high fives for corporate and brand fandom. Don't try to talk to me about film history, film appraisal, art, professional risk, personal growth, and or understanding / fairness to films / art / self-expression. Real film lovers understand and fucks with me. Hashtag cinema, hashtag off-brand, hashtag art, hashtag life." All right. As a studio, I would not hire that guy. I would look at his record and then look at that and just be like, nah.
This dude is out here talking about movies like he's James Cameron.
Did he literally
or
say
Steven Spielberg,
fucks with me?
Or Antoine Fuqua? At least have some hits. Like Spike Lee. Have some hits under your belt.
Well, like, that, and Spike Lee moves on his own too. It's
movie.
Yeah.
He got one movie.
Yeah.
And you out here, look, Martin Scorsese was wrong, but at least Martin Scorsese's done the work. Bruh,
Yeah, it's not like
one movie.
Like, people still gonna fuck with Martin Scorsese. I don't know who
you
that
made
guy
one good
is.
movie and one whack movie, and that whack movie was so bad that you couldn't even go any further. Ain't nobody hired you from nothing since.
I mean, he got a movie coming up, but
Really he do? Really?
I mean, he
Really?
do.
I'll believe you when the trailer drop.
Oh.
And it better not be no movie that like plays in like 2 festivals and then it don't even wide release. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. Like, dude, it's dudes like this, dudes like Terrence Malick, dudes, all these. Here's the thing, nobody called you.
Yeah.
Nobody called you.
See, nobody asked you, bro.
Ain't nobody think about you. It's that perfect line from Common. I can't remember what song, but he said, dudes ain't hating you. They ain't paying you no attention.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody think about you. Nobody called your name. Nobody was like, yo, man, I wonder what Josh Trank's hot take on this is. No. And stop jerking off Martin Scorsese for a movie that's 3.5 hours that I'm pretty sure before I even watch it that you can. Yes, The Irishman is 3.5 hours long.
Bro, why?
I'm pretty sure before I even watch this film, I'm probably sure I could chop about 45 minutes off that joint. It's probably like Lord of the Rings where it's like, so why are we watching them walk for like another 30 minutes? Like what's going on?
I need you to feel
and
this
I'm not
walk
saying
sequence.
that the movie needs to be a tight hour and a half. But bruh.
3 hours, 3.5 hours?
3.5 hours.
Like, I gotta take a break to watch your movie, bro.
3.5 hours. 3.5 whole hours.
I can see if it was a lot of action popping off in it, but I'm sure there isn't.
People need, and the funny thing is this, you never see, and I mean, and when I say never, I mean in the wide general term. You don't see people that are like genre fans, sci-fi fans, action movie fans. You don't see them like when TIFF goes on or like when Con goes on. You don't see them like, look at all these movies that are stupid. Like we don't bother you. We don't mess with y'all. Why y'all coming over here? Ain't nobody call you. Ain't nobody talk about. We let y'all have y'all film festivals. We let y'all be pretentious.
I wonder if he's salty
and jerk each other off and glad hand each other. We let that stuff happen. We don't bother y'all. Why y'all coming for us?
I think he might be a little salty because he made a whack Marvel movie, even though technically it was under Fox. And I'm sure Fox had its hand at messing the movie up as well, but it's still under his belt as a director.
Yep.
So I wonder if he's a little salty about that because he's seeing all this magic happen under Disney. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna come out and say some wild stuff, and nobody's gonna pay me any attention until 2 guys on a podcast start talking about me.
Yeah, dude just corny. I mean, he knew we was gonna talk about it. He was like, man, yo, NERDSoul gonna get me for this, but I'm gonna go in and say it. I mean, I know Josh Trank listens to the podcast. I know he watches the channel. Ain't nobody worry about that. That's why his last tweet was, my mom wants me to stop tweeting. Night, folks. P.S. Check out The King of Comedy by Todd Phillips. And then Jerry Lewis and Jerry Lewis with exclamation point. First thing, look, you don't need to tell us movies we need to see. All right? Because you tried to tell us to see Fantastic Four. Remember that? We don't need no more of your.
I'm gonna just quote Sam Jackson.
I don't want to hear nothing.
And Robert Downey Jr. I'm like, look, man, if it plays in the movies, if it plays in theaters, it's cinema.
It's a movie.
Period. Done.
Yeah, it's like you want to be a gatekeeper and you can't even get to the gate.
Ooh, can't get to the gate.
Like I could, like I said, I do not agree with Martin Scorsese, and I do think that he's old and crotchety when he makes these statements. But at least he has made hits. You
and
haven't made hits.
And it's not like Martin Scorsese like can't make good movies either. Like I'm sure The Irishman is great.
Movies.
He still makes great movies, but it does sound like
they're just too long.
It does sound like an old
Wolf of Wall Street,
angry comic.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
shouldn't be 3 hours.
Nah,
but he makes good stuff. Josh Trank, like, bruh. All right, what I want you to do,
like 1 for 5,
is sit down
or 1 for 4.
Like, yo, you ain't even on You ain't even on what's my boy that made Black Panther.
Ryan Coogler is flawless.
You ain't even on Ryan Coogler's level.
Nah.
Ryan Coogler hit us with Fruitvale Station. Hit us with Creed.
Just kept rising.
Hit us with Black Panther.
Like why is your resume so ridiculous?
Bruh, you don't get out of my face. It's your doo-doo career. Son.
If Ryan Coogler haven't had like the fastest rising career, I don't know who has.
Because he drops heat.
Yeah.
Drop heat. You on Twitter, everybody else dropping heat.
You on Twitter, everybody just dropping heat. That's a soundbite. Let's move to the next topic.
So speaking of that, speaking of Ryan Coogler,
yeah,
that leads right into our next topic. Black Panther 2, which I won't see until I'm 45 apparently, because the movie don't come out until 2052.
I think it's only like 2 years out.
Yes, I'm just not happy that we gotta wait so long.
We do gotta wait.
When they said May 6, 2022. I'm like, bro, when am I? Like, I'm gonna be dead by the time that movie come out. When? Like, what? When? I gotta wait all the way till the end to see some black. Y'all better put him in another movie.
It
like
is
Civil
long
War.
as hell.
Y'all better have him do something.
Like, how did we get? All right, when did Spider-Man: Homecoming and Black Panther come out at the same time?
Homecoming, I think so. I think Homecoming and Black Panther came out like around the same time. Now I know people be like, "Hey, that's two different studios." I get you. I'm just saying.
Yes and no.
2022 is a while. Now I know Michael B. Jordan got tons of stuff. I know Chadwick Boseman got stuff. I know Ryan Coogler. I know schedules.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I don't think they officially came out and said Michael B. Jordan's coming back.
Well, yeah, true. But with this, there's a rumor that the villain will be Victor Von Doom.
The Doominator.
And they'll be following like a light version of Doomwar. Now,
that's a rumor.
If that's the case, I guess it does make sense because you need a couple of years to actually build up who Doom is.
Yeah.
But how you feel about that? How you feel about that Doom? Like how you feel about Doom being the new villain?
I mean, Doom is great, and it kind of like lets us know that they're looking at Fantastic Four to introduce them.
True.
But I feel like they could have did that on their own and introduced Namor, because I was hoping for some Namor. Because so there's a line in Endgame when Okoye is like reporting back to Natasha, and Okoye was like, "Yo, there was an earthquake in the ocean," and Natasha was like, "What you gonna do about that?" She was like, "It was an earthquake in the ocean, so nothing." And I felt like that was a precursor to like, oh snap, Namor is like, I don't know, upset about something.
Now they might actually still use Namor because please excuse me guys, because Doomwar feels like forever ago, but I feel like Namor helped Doom out in Doomwar.
Sure.
Like he's the one that kind of so we could essentially sort of have like two villains on this front. Maybe
well, if they give us
I can't remember how.
If they give us
Namor
two villains,
helped
that'd be
out
great.
Doom in some type of way, but I can't remember how.
Right. I mean, if they give us two,
because I remember Black Panther promising him that he was going to kill him.
Yeah.
And then when he did kill him, he was like, "Remember when I told you that I was going to kill you? Remember when I said that?"
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago. Yeah, but do you remember?
No, man, that was forever ago. I thought you forgot about that. No, I didn't.
It's like, I
didn't forget that. And I'm gonna kill your ass. But we could get like two villains on that front. But yeah, I would like to see that comment about the underwater earthquake followed up on.
Yeah. At least give us like an in credit scene and be like, oh, Black Panther 3. Then you have like the Namor like underwater people
and
like whatever.
Straight up, I know people be like, that'll be crazy. But if they could fit in like an interesting way to fit in like maybe like one Doom song, even if it's like a snippet similar to how they had Too Short on Black Panther the first movie, it'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's Doom. It's MF Doom, Victor Vaughn. Like you gotta slide it in there like a little bit. Like maybe a dude driving down the street and he has it like you can hear it in the background, like a little something. Just like a little something.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like a little piece. That'd be nice. But as far as Doom, I think we need someone like Doom because Doom is someone who could be a villain to like a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, but like, everybody knows him as like
mainly Fantastic Four.
The man. But yeah. But I mean, but if they're bringing on Doom, he's attached to that franchise like closely. So it's obvious that if his name is coming up like officially, we still don't know if it's official. But if it's coming up officially,
we don't know if it's official.
We know that for sure like Fantastic Four is like closer in production than like X-Men, even though Kevin Feige like mentioned all that.
Yeah, because we don't know for sure.
Right.
But in the article that comes from Charles Murphy by way of Murphy's Multiverse, he says, what happens far more often is that I come across some information that, while believable and from trustworthy sources, cannot be confirmed by other sources for various reasons. Typically, when the second scenario occurs, I move on and forget about the information unless, in rare instances, it turns out to be proven true somewhere down the road. So he's saying here it's been confirmed by a second source. So he's like, yo, it's been confirmed by a second source. It's probably a good look that Doom is going to be in there. So which means that Doom is probably going to pop up, or at least talk of Doom is going to pop up in these Marvel shows or Marvel movies on the way leading up. And we have, I
wouldn't mind seeing like an interaction
next in phase 4 or whatever. Because I can't remember what we have. Trying to think. We got the Multiverse of Madness. Well, we got Black Widow first.
Yeah.
She comes out next year. I don't think there's a TV show before her. I think it's Black Widow first. Yeah, it's Black Widow, then the Eternals. Then you got Shang-Chi. And then you got Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And then you got Spider-Man 3. Thor, Love and Thunder, and this is all besides the TV shows. Yeah. So, we don't know exactly how Phase 4 will like play out because you'll have the shows as well. So like Phase 4 could be a very interesting phase due to like the interweaving of shows and movies. And how they balance that will make or break, I think, what Phase 4 is.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it. Like, at first, I didn't really care about WandaVision. Mm-hmm. But now knowing that WandaVision leads into,
the multiverse.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of intrigued. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm very much more interested as how Kevin Feige is going to introduce mutants in the Mutant X gene and all that stuff.
Good one.
Like I don't even have any speculation. I'm just curious as to how he's going to do it. I know he's going to do something like super clever. People like, that's cool.
Yeah, because we could.
Like, and I hope he does it in the realm of like this current reality, and not any like multiverse stuff. So if he can creatively do it in this reality, it'll make it even better. Yeah,
because we got Loki. Maybe Loki meets Doom. I mean, Doom does deal with magic and stuff, so maybe Loki ends up meeting with Doom or something like that. Right. But you could even have Falcon and the Winter Soldier doing some kind of like mission that leads them to Latveria for whatever reason. So there's a couple of ways they might be able to like pepper them in there.
Yeah.
And maybe they have to fight some Doom bots or something like that. But I will say, after seeing The Mandalorian, the Marvel shows got a little work cut out for them, because the Mandalorian show is definitely spending some money, and they're definitely for Disney. They're going for it. Like, of course, people get shot, and they ain't showing no blood and stuff. But those disintegrations are serious. Like, now we know Darth Vader.
They're not even disintegrations.
Darth Vader was like, no disintegrations.
These people are like evaporating like fast, like with the sniper.
It's just dust.
It's like, "Pah!"
It's just dust and a t-shirt falling. That's it.
Yeah.
So, ain't nothing else.
That's a powerful weapon.
Man. So, sticking in the hero genre, staying with some dope superheroes.
Yeah.
It's being played with, and even saying that it's confirmed that your boy Michael B. Jordan has been confirmed to have met with DC about playing Superman. Now, you know what? I heard the sigh from you. What's your thoughts?
I think. Well, I got a couple emotions about this. I love the fact that they meet with Michael B. Jordan. Great.
Word.
Keep doing your thing. Love Michael B. Jordan. I've never been a Superman fan like my entire life until they casted like Henry Cavill, and I was like, "Yo, that's my Superman right there." The fact that they've like used him to his full potential on one movie, and then did real bad on another movie, and then like in Justice League, like gave him like the CGI mustache thing. Yeah, it's like, yo, man, it's not him. Like, y'all did this. Like, and then so the fact that I don't know if they ever came out and said like Henry Cavill's no longer Superman, but I'm mad about it. I think they have a perfect opportunity to introduce Michael B. Jordan into something, but I don't think it should be Superman. And going off of a tweet that you sent me, I think this is a perfect opportunity for them to do Icon instead and actually give us like actual representation. Not just make him Black Superman, but make him the other side of the coin, which is Icon, who is the actual like quote unquote Black Superman.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we have, or meaning DC has, Black heroes. There's Black heroes that can be all up and through DC, and I don't know why somehow they're not looking to them. Like, and they have in that tweet that we're talking about, they have Icon, they got Cyborg. I actually enjoyed Cyborg's representation and characterization in Justice League.
Yeah, that was
his
good.
Back and forth with his father was really good. Him seeing himself as a monster and an outcast, there's a lot you can work with that. And I think that was great. You got Vixen, you got Jon Stewart, you got Static, you got trying to think. There's two Batman characters. You got Batwing, and you got
I don't necessarily like those characters.
Well, but I'm just saying,
but they're there.
They exist.
Yeah,
they exist. There are Black characters that exist, and they're not even using them. And in an article by Evan Narcisse, I hope I'm not screwing your name up, on Gizmodo, he says what Warner Brothers needs to do is replicate Black Panther's success, and they have Black characters that could definitely come through with this, especially since they own Milestone. They got Hardware, Icon, Static, Blood Syndicate, all those people. Shouts out to me and myself. I got Milestone shirts on my channel, on my page, that you can buy and wear and be happy about. Plug. So it's like they. But you have Warner Brothers misses the mark.
They met with an A-list actor who's obviously interested. You take that A-list actor, you put him in his own solo movie based off of a character that he could truly represent, which is exactly what Marvel has already done, and they had a great success with it. Just don't mess it up. I feel like they've already got directors, writers in play, like James Wan and Zack Snyder. I think they're a good fit for DC. It's just that, you know, we still haven't seen that Snyder cut, because I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's like way better than that. The CGI mustache thing, man, just really threw me off. I was like, what's wrong with his face? But Michael B. Jordan should do Icon, not Superman. That's my stance.
Yeah, it definitely. I definitely agree. Icon is a better look. I mean, there's characters like Duke Thomas, like that's a Black Robin. There's opportunities,
right,
to have, you know, where there's characters that we could use, where you could keep Henry Cavill and have Icon and actually have an interesting distinction between how they use their powers and how they see their powers and how they see themselves in this world. You could create because Superman's an interesting character. He's been written interestingly. It's just that when they put him on screen, they want him to be the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
And to the creator of Icon, Dwayne McDuffie, or co-creator, I believe, Dwayne McDuffie, he wrote an amazing story called Superman, All-Star Superman, which is a great story, which they could put on screen, but they won't because, I don't know, Warner Brothers just, they be slipping, man. They be slipping hard.
Yeah, and that's why I think Zack Snyder and them are like a good fit, because they actually showed a side of Superman you haven't seen on screen, with that whole like him conflicting with like his greater good mentality versus like not doing harm to others type of thing. And like he had that conflict, and then he was like, "Oh snap! Like I'm gonna have to kill this dude."
And then big shout out to Steel. You got Steel. And I know, before you get started, I know. We all know. If you're listening, I know. But Steel is still a dope character.
Yeah.
And actually, he's been in Reign of Superman, the animated joint. So he's got like a little baby resurgence. But he's in there. You got, man, you got Rocket. You got...
Is he voiced by Shaq?
No. You got Rocket. You got Calder. You get there's characters that are black that you can already use, and then one, you get to shine a light on a character that not many people know about. Two, you get to be more exploratory in this character because people aren't pinned down to what this character is supposed to be. And three, you don't have to hear no white person's mouth talking about you flipping some race of somebody, because I am so tired of they baby at. So anyway, it's a win-win for everybody. It's like,
baby,
you get to be very exploratory in the character. We get to see a character on screen that we wanted to see for years, we meaning black people, and you get to be, you know, very, very creative with it, as well as not hearing nobody's mouth about race swapping a character. Even though there is a black Superman already on, like, I don't know, like Earth 35 or something, I don't know.
Yeah, but getting into like different Earths and dimensions this early, I feel like that's a terrible cop out, and they should not do it. Like, truly, like, develop like your characters in the world they live in first, then do the multiverse thing. Don't hit them with the weird stuff early.
Now, question: Is it? Can we still consider this early when we're like 7 movies deep? Because we got Man of Steel. Man of Steel,
because they haven't truly.
BVS.
They haven't
Suicide
truly
Squad, Wonder Woman, Shazam, Aquaman. So what? 6 movies? Am I missing one?
Because they still haven't truly developed. They still haven't truly developed like their niche yet. Like, I feel like DC, like cinematic universe is still trying to figure out their thing.
True that.
Like, Marvel figured out their thing, and they're like, all right, we running with it.
Because
like, here's our end goal.
Because I ain't gonna front. And I know people gonna be mad at this joint, but yo, that trailer for your girl Harley Quinn, this looks like it looks like corporate trash. Like,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
corporate trash.
I don't think
like, this looks
DC
like
really needs somebody at the helm.
that Harley Quinn movie
to
looks
be
like
their
a movie
Kevin
made
Feige.
by committee. Now the trailer just might be cut bad, but it looks like a movie that's been made by committee that everybody got together and said, "Hey, Harley Quinn's popular. Let's just make a movie around her. Oh yeah, we'll put like the Birds of Prey and stuff in there. Hey, do you even know what Birds of Prey is? No, not really, but we could just put them in there. Do you even care about what the words of Birds of Prey are? Nah, but it'll make it work. I mean, hey, we've got money and we got Harley Quinn." That's what it looks like. Because I looked at it, I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, I see y'all are trying to get mad stylized, but I feel like y'all are missing the point about the character, about the history with this character, and about the characters that are surrounding this person. And I feel like this is going to be a mess. That trailer looks like a mess. Like, matter of fact, whoever cut that trailer ain't got no room to talk about any Michael Bay trailer for the rest of their lives.
I just think DC, they need a Michael Bay. They need somebody at the helm. Like, look, this is where we're going. Yeah. Here's the movies that I want to hit. Here's the reason why. Just make sure you hit these points, these topics, and make sure it ends up here.
Yeah.
Other than that, you can kind of like stick to your directional like style, but everything has to, you have to hit these points so we can come to this conclusion. And I feel like DC is like all over the place right now. Like Wonder Woman looks and feels a certain way. Aquaman looks and feels a certain way. They should have their own feels to where how their movie ends up, but nothing feels like it's cohesive like in the same world.
And that's
like,
the
these all feel
problem.
like they're from totally different studios, and then all of a sudden they got Justice League. It's like, what? Yeah, what's going on?
Honestly, straight up, the very next movie should be Flash, and it should be Flashpoint. And they should reset all this mess. And when we get back, we'll have, and when we get back, we'll have Pattinson as Batman, and we'll have, we'll have Michael B. Jordan as Icon. We'll have Wonder Woman. We'll have Henry Cavill, and like he'll like solve everything, come back, and at the end of the movie be like, everything's fixed, and they'll be like, what are you talking about? Everything's fixed. And of course it'll show that like he fixed everything. We're like, cool. And then from here on, we can act like all of that was like the result of him saving his mom, and it's not real. Mm. And we can move ahead, and we can all be happy. Because when I saw that Harley Quinn joint, even the animated joint looks kind of trash. And I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah, the animated joint looks like a animation version of the movie.
It looks, you know what? It seems like they're trying too hard to make Harley Quinn a thing instead of just letting the character be dope on her own. It's like they're it's like they're trying to like, and I know she's a crazy character already, but it's like they're trying to like extra crazy her.
But I think that they're just really trying to capitalize because she's popular.
Yeah.
Which is, it's great, but like let it work for what you got instead of just throwing money at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Deadpool, right? Everybody loves Deadpool, but they're not just throwing money at it for the sake of throwing money at it. Like, he's had 2 flawless films. Now it's about to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. And now he's got, like, a whole range of stuff to kind of make fun of, and it won't seem, like, out of place.
And actually, what'll be really dope is, because people were like, how can you put Deadpool in Disney? I'm like, you put him in there, and, like, every time he curses, bleep it. But then when he has his movie, and just don't do his movie under Disney, do it under Touchstone Pictures, which Disney owns, but they can distance their self with their name, put it under Touchstone, and then he can curse, and he'll talk about like, why can't I curse when I'm with y'all? Like, and then it'll be like a joke. It'll be like, yo,
it's a joke between us.
Yeah, it's like
him.
It's between us and him. But like the people don't even know. Like when they bleep it, they don't even hear the word. Like, they don't even hear it. Like, the characters in the movie don't even hear it. And, like, even when he talks to us, they'll be like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like Wolverine will be like, what are you doing? Like, and it'll be like a way where it can be fun, but not overdone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you're right. You got Deadpool that's had 2 movies that are a lot of fun. They're interesting. And they ended up having more heart than I expected. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, Deadpool, like, in an Avengers film or whatever the next, like, team-up film is. And just, like, listening to, like, his background chatter while everybody's, like, trying to save the planet or trying to save the universe or whatever. And he's just, like, in the background talking to us.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And so, Michael B. Jordan, hopefully you get that icon, man. I mean, I won't be mad if you get Superman. Look, you know, you're an actor. You got to take your roles. You got to do what you got to do. Get that change. But icon would be dope. At least he is trying to get Raising Dion going, which overall I think is cool.
Michael B. Jordan's a geek too.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan's a geek too. So I could see him going into the meeting and be like, yo, what about icon?
But like, you know, he got
we didn't think about
his Genlock thing going. Shit. He got the Raising Dion thing going. So, you know, there are some opportunities out there.
Oh, he's got the what is it? Is it Gucci? I forgot what designer line he's got, but it's all like Naruto themed.
Oh, word.
I can't remember. It's some like high end fashion brand, and he's like, it is the Michael B. Jordan Naruto collection because he's a big fan of Naruto.
Wow.
So he's like, we'll never think Naruto'd up. Yeah. But you got to pay like, I don't know, $800 for a fanny pack with a Sharingan on it.
Wow. So. That's crazy. Yo, it's with Coach. He got a Coach jacket.
Yeah.
It's $1,500. Yes, I said $1,500. I didn't say $1,500. I said $1,500. Bruh. I mean, I know Michael Jordan trying to do his thing, but I'm gonna keep it real. Somebody need to knock off this jacket mad fast and just put it what the jacket really costs, which is probably about $80. Like, dude,
yeah,
jacket don't need to be expensive. Like, stop it. Stop that mess.
So Naruto fans can't even buy it, and then you got people who can buy it and don't even know what Naruto is.
Yeah.
Why you gotta do that to us, Michael B.
Like, man, you ain't gotta do that, brother. But speaking of things that you don't have to do, you ain't gotta buy no truck from Tesla.
I mean, you don't. But Joe got mad 45-degree angles on that joint.
Yo, you know what? I'm not mad at it. Like, I know there's people having like visceral reactions, but I'm like, I'm not particularly mad at the truck. Like, it's weird. Like, I wouldn't run out and buy it, but when I look at it, I'm like, you know what? It's kind of interesting to do it like this. It's kind of intriguing. It has a very like militaristic, post-apocalyptic look to it.
Every time I see it, it grows on me. So when I first saw it, I was like disappointed and sad. That was like my instant feeling. And then I went and I saw like a video and I was like, it's not that bad. Then I looked at it again, like at night driving with the lights on. I was like, that's kind of
sweet. The bar lights are cool.
And so every time I look at it, it grows on me a little bit more. And then probably by the time I see it on the road, like once I see that joint on the road, it's probably going to be a wrap. I'm like, yeah, it's dope. If I can just get that joint in matte black.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have a matte black version. Like that joint, it definitely has like this. It just has this like militaristic, you know, zombie apocalypse, you know, feel to it where I ain't mad. Now, of course, you know, the glass, you know, they're going to have to, you know, update the glass a little bit.
Go have to fix the glass.
Because
so you ain't mad at the glass, you're going to fix it.
The glass ain't going to save you. Now, the body going to save you. Like,
son, I'll be like, yo, hit my car, son. I want to make a point.
I want to make a point.
Right? Yo, just run into my car.
Take the sledgehammer. Just run into my car. Like, the only thing that could have been cooler is if he had a dude come out with a gun and like, nah, because if a ricochet hits him. Or they could have raised like bulletproof glass.
Just hit somebody in the audience like,
They could have raised some bulletproof glass and be like, all right, guys, we're raising this glass for a very important reason. They had a dude come out with like a Uzi and be like, "Ow."
But there'd be like mad bullets ricocheting in all kinds of directions.
And then like after nothing happens to like the side of the truck, just come in like buff it off a little bit, like just wipe it, and then be like, oh, that's nice. It still works. So that would be nice. But as far as the look, I'm not mad at the look. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on it.
I'm not mad at it.
I know there's people that still like, yo, I hate this truck.
Yeah, I mean, I hated it initially, and it keeps growing on me every time I see it. So I'm like, all right, man.
Now, I will say, when you look at it, you're like, oh, a nerd made this truck. Like, a nerdy nerd made this truck. Like, there's no doubt.
Somebody who's just, like, against drawing, like, curves on a vehicle. I want all straight lines.
Like, somebody came straight out of Sega Saturn making this truck.
I want all straight lines and angles. It should look like a virtual truck. With a UA. Virtua
truck. Yeah, Virtua Fighter, Virtua Truck, Virtual On, Fighting Vipers.
Should look like a Daytona USA version. I wonder if you're going to have a body wrap.
Yo.
Stop beating on the car.
Daytona. Classics. Oh man. But I guess to wrap all this up, I know you threw this in here. The Mandalorian. I think we could say that we all are having a good time watching this. I saw the meme going around with Ron Burgundy saying, "Breaking news, this just in, Star Wars fans actually like something." So
yeah.
The question is this a dope version of Lone Wolf and Cub?
That's my opinion. And yes.
With this, I might be on your side. I think the way I see it is we have someone in Dave Filoni that we know loves stuff like Lone Wolf and Cub, loves like those westerns, and to be honest, should have been in charge of all Star Wars going forward creatively at the beginning anyway, but we ain't gonna go there. I agree. I think this is a dope version of Lone Wolf and Cub, and I think that this is something that, I mean, we're at episode 3. I'm about to check out episode 4 after this. I think they keep hitting this on the head. We've got some amazing storytelling and some great lore to add to, of course, Star Wars as a whole. And I'm extremely excited.
I'm excited to see what Star Wars has ahead and watch Disney and Lucasfilms build that out. Because right now we don't have a lot in terms of like live action Star Wars stuff. We got a lot of cool animated stuff that's been happening in between like the movies and everything. But I'm excited to see what they do with more live action stuff and build up that universe alongside MCU and just watch Disney go wild. Like, I like how Disney has like their core go-to creatives and they just keep recycling like everybody they've worked with. So it's like if you're an actor and you've worked on a Disney film, there's a good chance you might be in a Star Wars film. There's a good chance you might be in a Marvel film. Or if you're a director and you worked on Marvel films and Disney films, you might be on a Star Wars film, and everybody just circulates. And it's dope because like each one of those like franchises, you could easily have like a strong like passion for it. And so you could easily like get fatigued off of a Disney project or a Marvel project and be like, you know what, I really want to do a Star Wars project. Have a script written out, and they're like, oh, we love working with you, let's put this together. Which I'm sure happened with like Jon Favreau. He was like, yo man, I got an idea. And it was like, bet, do it. And he was like, all right.
That's that hotness. And man,
and so
especially knowing the time period we're in, because we're This is 5 years after
5 years after the Empire.
after Return of the Jedi. So this is 5 years after that, and the world is still kind of like, or the galaxy is kind of like still in disarray, and you got a whole bunch of craziness going on, and
now that you mentioned time, because I was thinking about this earlier. Where does the first what's the movie called? What's the first movie with John Boyega, Daisy Ridley called?
Oh, Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. What timeline does that fit after the fall of the Empire?
You mean like how far?
Like, is that 30 years?
How far after this?
Yeah.
Let me see. I want to say it's like 20 years after or something like that. I'm trying to remember the Aftermath books. Let's see.
Like 20, 30 years, something like that.
I don't think is it 30? Trying to remember the actual. You got Star Wars. I want to say like 17 years or so after, but I can't remember exactly how long.
Because I would like to know, and hopefully he's still alive by the 8th episode, where Baby Yoda ends up and how he's going to fit into the future movies going forward. Because see, I also have I've got this one theory that I think the Mandalorian show is supposed to be short-lived, and he's going to end up either dead at the end of this, or like throughout his entire, I guess, series. Like say if he gets like another season or whatever, he's going to end up dead.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah. And so they might pull like a, like the usual like Japanese like 26 episodes type of thing. And then he's like, all right, this is it for you.
Yeah, because that would be cool to see him die and how long, like how time passes on with Baby Yoda and how that might inform on that character. And I know we don't have a name yet, and sooner and later he's going to have to name him. Unless he's named him in episode 4, and I just haven't watched that yet. But, they're
going to have to name that species too, because everybody just keep calling it like the Yoda species. And it's like, yo, he's not the only one. But that's all we got to go on.
Look, this is what we got. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is all we got.
Get that Yoda baby out of here.
It's like, look, this is the only baby we got. It's like, look, this is the only baby. All right, so stop it. This is the only baby we got. Ain't got no more babies. But we got, see, this happens. So, all right, when this happens, that means Rogue One has happened. That means, I don't know if Han Solo has happened, but I know Rogue One has. At least we know that.
Well, if this is 5 years
Solo,
after the fall
Solo
of the
has
Empire,
happened. Cause,
Solo
is between 3 and 4. So Solo's happened. Star Wars Rebels has happened. And Clone Wars has happened. So at least we have that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this joint plays out as far as like the time is concerned. Because we know that 50 years is, still infancy for a little Baby Yoda. So we could easily see Baby Yoda in Rise of Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? Because Baby Yoda in Rise of Skywalker would
be like 60s, 70s.
I'm trying to think. Maybe kind of like a toddler, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Or maybe like the equivalency of like whatever 13 is. I don't know how to judge his like age and how he's gonna grow. Cause I'm like, if you like that immature at 50, like your species like gestation period is like ridiculous.
Yeah,
like I don't know how to judge it.
It's like, 'cause who knows how long you gotta like, I guess, stay pregnant with a Yoda baby if you're like a Yoda person.
Or if they get pregnant, maybe it's like an egg and they chill in that egg for like 50 years and then he break out. Or not 50 years, like 40 years. And then 10 years, he's like the equivalent of like 5. I don't know.
True that.
I don't know how these Yoda babies work.
Like, you chill up in an egg.
We need more insight in Lucasfilms.
It's like, hey, look, hey, we do what we gotta do, because it's like, this is how
I wonder if the Mandalorian is like sitting in his ship, like driving his baby Yoda around, trying to do the math. He's like, wait, all right, so if you're 50, right? He's got like scraps of paper laying everywhere. He's like really trying to like work on it.
He's like, hold up, what? Because we got, all right, so.
He's like, nah. He's like,
all right, we got.
He's like, nah, that's
all
not
right,
right.
so if we say Battle of Yavin, all right, so we got Battle of Yavin, and that happens. We get the Mandalorian. He finds the baby. He's 50 at that time, but he's like an infant. So he probably still, he'd be like a toddler by the time Rise of Skywalker rolls around. So maybe we could hear about him or see him. Who knows? I don't know. But maybe that like does lead into new like possibilities for like animated series and stuff like that. It's interesting to see where that might go.
And I'm ready for that plush toy though.
Yeah, man. Man, don't even get me started on their marketing, son. Their marketing was bourgeois, son.
Just ready for that. Oh, see, maybe
Why
it was just
marketing so doo-doo,
all right,
son?
so
this is Disney. How did they mess that up?
See, here's what I think happened. All right, so they created the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
All right, and everybody's like, "Yo, Mandalorian's gonna be dope." He's like a gunfighter, but he's like, it's like Western, but it's in space. But he's like a samurai Western, like cowboy guy, but he's in space, right? And then everybody's like, all right, we just gonna like push it. It's like here's some art boards, here's some artwork, and here's some screenshots. Push that, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be action packed. And then like marketing's like putting out all this material and trailers and everything, and this is everything that they've got. And then the third episode, is it third episode? Yeah. Or the end of the second episode comes around. And then, like, there's somebody in marketing or the head of marketing. They're watching the show. They're like, yo, is that a Baby Yoda? Who in the hell did not tell me about the damn Baby Yoda? So they start calling everybody. And they're like, who didn't tell me about the Baby Yoda? It's like, we didn't think it was a big point. You didn't think Baby Yoda was a big point? You know how hard we could have been pushing a Baby Yoda? And so they call up people in like merchandise. It's like, have you seen like the third episode of Mandalorian? They're like, nah, wow. It's like, watch it. And then they call them back. They're like, yo, what's up with this Baby Yoda? And so they mad. And so like all the people who's in charge of like toys and marketing is super upset because they ain't know about Baby Yoda until like the third episode. And the creators are like, yo, my bad.
Oh boy. So the ball was definitely extremely dropped. Because when you see the first episode at the very end, it's like, dude, we gotta make these. We gotta make pops. We gotta make plushies. Like we got like, dude,
like it's you gotta have like mad art boards open, and like you can't get through the art boards of this show without showing the Baby Yoda.
Yeah, it's like,
and somebody had to go, hold up, let me see that last one. Is that a Baby Yoda? Let's send this up to merchandise.
Yeah.
Have them do plans for like some plush Baby Yodas. I want a small like what's the joint called? The pop figure Baby Yoda. Yeah. I want all kinds of Baby Yodas in the market right now.
And it's like, I know we don't want to spoil it, but we can have that joint ready. So after the first episode air, we can send these joints out to the distributors or whatever.
Yep. Push the red button.
Right.
Baby Yoda's on deck.
Oh man, don't get me started. Well, anyway, guys, there it is. That's your show. There it is. We've been chilling. We've been kicking it. NERDSoul Light is in the back acting up. We don't know what's going on, but we'll see what's going on.
Because he want that Baby Yoda.
He mad about Baby Yoda. So before we bounce, Kaiser, where can they find you?
Yo, KURObrand.com, fulltangdesign.com, or fulltang.design.
That's what's up, y'all. That's what's up. So me, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, iHeartRadio podcast, all that jazz. You can see me there as well as Spotify. So don't trip. Got that TikTok on lock too. So
yeah, you on that TikTok.
If you don't want to see my face, you can listen to me. If you don't want to listen to me, you can still, put the tab open, but just mute it. All right? Open the tab.
Did they read about
and
you
then
too?
just mute it. That's all I'm saying. So before we bounce, thank you for chilling with us. We'll see y'all next month. Yes, we will see you next month. Next month, we're going to be together once again. So holla at y'all later, and peace.
Peace.